I'll make a small bet with you. Before this video ends, you're going to yawn. You might be fighting it already. Just reading the word can trigger it. Yawn. Did you feel that little pull? That stretch creeping into your jaw. You didn't decide to do it. Something reached in and switched it on. And here's the strange part. You can catch a yawn across a whole room, from a stranger, a friend, even a dog. So the real question isn't why you yawn, it's why someone else's yawn somehow becomes yours. Let's start with what a yawn even is. It feels simple, almost lazy. Your mouth gapes open on its own. You pull in one long, deep breath. Your eyes might water, your ears might pop. For a second, it feels like a tiny storm passing through your head. For a second, your whole face stretches wide, then it's over and you feel oddly reset. There's a reason it feels like a full body reset, and we'll get there. Try to stop one halfway through sometime. It's almost impossible, isn't it? A yawn is a reflex, not a decision. Your body simply makes the call without you. It rises up from older automatic parts of your brain, the same deep machinery that quietly runs your breathing and your heartbeat, which already tells you this is deeper than feeling tired. There's a hidden purpose buried inside that lazy little stretch. Now, you've probably heard the classic explanation. The story says yawning floods your body with oxygen. You're sleepy, your breathing slows, so you gulp in fresh air. It sounds tidy and it's been repeated for generations. But the science doesn't really back it up. When researchers had people breathe extra oxygen, their yawning didn't stop. Changing the air they breathed barely changed how much they yawned. If oxygen were really the trigger, that experiment should have shut yawning right down. So the oxygen story, satisfying as it is, mostly falls apart. It's one of those facts that everyone knows and almost nobody has actually checked. Which leaves us with a genuine mystery. If it's not about topping up oxygen, then what is a yawn for? One leading idea is surprisingly cool, literally. Your brain works best within a narrow temperature range. When it drifts a little too warm, performance starts to dip. Even a small rise in temperature can leave your thinking feeling sluggish. A big yawn pulls in air and stretches the muscles around your face. That rush of air and blood may help carry heat away. Cooler blood flowing in, warmer blood flowing out. In other words, a yawn might be a tiny cooling system for your brain. It's a bit like a fan kicking on inside your skull. A quick burst of airflow to keep your mind running clearly. Now, I want to be honest with you here. This brain-cooling idea is a strong theory, not a closed case. Scientists are still debating exactly what a single yawn accomplishes. Competing theories are still being tested in labs today. That uncertainty is part of what makes this so fascinating, but it still doesn't explain the weirdest part of all. A cooling reflex would work perfectly well all on its own, because even a perfect cooling reflex wouldn't need to spread between people. So why do yawns leap from one person to another? Why does simply watching one practically reach out and grab you? Here's where things get genuinely strange. Right now, picture someone you know mid-yawn. Their mouth stretching wide, their eyes squeezing shut. Feel that little echo starting in your own jaw? Maybe your mouth is twitching toward it right now. That pull you just felt is contagious yawning. And it may have almost nothing to do with being tired. You can be wide awake and still catch one in an instant. It seems to be wired into how social we are, less about your lungs and far more about the people around you. Think about who you catch yawns from most easily. It's usually the people you're closest to. Friends and family tend to set you off far more than strangers. The tighter the bond, the stronger the contagion. A stranger's yawn might do nothing, while your best friend's pulls one straight out of you. That's a huge clue, and it points somewhere unexpected. Many scientists link contagious yawning to empathy, to your brain's deep habit of mirroring other people. When you watch someone move, parts of your brain quietly rehearse the same action. You see a wince and you almost feel the pain. Their experience flickers faintly through your own body. You see a smile and your own face wants to lift. Your brain is constantly, silently rehearsing the people right in front of you. A yawn may be that same mirroring, slipping past your control. Your brain sees the yawn and starts to copy it automatically. No permission asked, no decision made. Some researchers think this is tied to mirror neuron systems in the brain. Others frame it more broadly as social mimicry and shared emotion. Either way, your yawn and theirs end up quietly linked. The exact mechanism is still being worked out, so hold it loosely. But the pattern is clear and a little beautiful. Contagious yawning seems to ride on the wiring that connects you to other people. The very same circuits that let you sense what someone else is feeling. Let me pause here because I'm curious about you. Be honest, how many times have you yawned since this started? Did just hearing me talk about it set one off? Drop your yawn count in the comments below. I genuinely want to see who made it through without a single one. Now stay with me, because the social angle goes deeper still. If contagious yawning runs on empathy, it should show up as empathy develops. And that's roughly what scientists observe. Very young children don't seem to catch yawns the way older kids do. The contagion tends to strengthen as the social brain matures. It quietly tracks the same years you're learning to read other people. As empathy grows, the pull of a shared yawn seems to grow right alongside it. That's an extraordinary thing to sit with for a moment, a simple stretch of the jaw tangled up with how you bond. And it isn't only a human quirk either. Contagious yawning has been observed in other deeply social animals. Chimpanzees can catch yawns from one another, pass through a group of them, and the yawns can ripple outward. Dogs have even been seen yawning after watching a human do it. Your sleepy dog might be mirroring you more than you ever realized. It seems to belong to creatures that live closely together, which hints that catching a yawn might once have helped a group stay in sync. A simple way for many bodies to start moving as one. Picture an ancient group settling down as night falls. One member grows drowsy and yawns. The yawn ripples outward through the others. Slowly, the whole group drifts toward rest at the same time. One yawn becoming a quiet signal that the long day is finally done. A shared signal spreading without a single word. We don't know for certain that this is why it evolved. But it's a compelling picture of yawning as a kind of social glue. Here's a twist that surprises a lot of people. Not everyone catches yawns equally. Some people barely respond to other people's yawns at all. They can watch a whole room erupt in yawns and feel nothing. And researchers are still untangling what that variation really means. So, if you never catch them, you're not broken in any way. It likely just means your mirroring runs a little quieter than most. You're simply running a slightly different version of the same social wiring. The wiring is there in everyone, just turned up or down by a different amount. There's no diagnosis hiding in whether you yawn back. It's just one more way human brains quietly differ from one another. Now, let's pull all of this together. A yawn starts as a deep automatic stretch of breath. It probably isn't about oxygen the way we were told. It may help cool a brain that runs a little too warm. And somewhere along the way, it became something shared, a reflex that hops between people through the wiring of empathy. A small, silent way your brain stays tuned to the people around you. A quiet reflex that keeps you woven into your little group. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. The next time someone across the room yawns and you feel that familiar pull, you'll understand it. That's not just tiredness moving through you, that's your brain quietly syncing to another human being. An invisible thread of connection, disguised as a sleepy stretch. A reflex so old and so social that you catch it without ever choosing to. And now you'll notice it every single time. If this gave you a new way to see something you do every day, leave a like to help it spread. Subscribe to Bodyquirk, because your body is hiding 100 more secrets like this one. And tell me down in the comments, did you yawn while watching this, yes or no? Next time, we'll dig into why your stomach growls even when you're not hungry. Until then, pay attention to the strange, brilliant machine you live inside. It's been syncing you to other people this whole time. And you never even noticed.